Hey there guys, it's Delta49er here with an overview of my PC. I'm going to start with the top and front and move over to the side and show you inside the case as well. First, I do have an ASA Fusion 3000 case, and I will be showing you a lot of the outside of the case in the beginning. And starting with the indicator lights here, so I have the power indicator light and the hard drive or data storage indicator light. I have a USB 2.0, two USB 3.0 ports, a power button and a reset button, a mic, and a headphone input. On the top there is also this fin design which allows me to adjust the amount of air that gets into the top of the case. Moving on to the front, there is an ASA logo. I have my CD and DVD drive, and under that I have a fan controller with 5 different fan controls. I'm actually only using 4 right now. I took the 5th fan that was controlled by this out of the PC a while ago, so now I only have 4 uses here. Below that I have 2 expansion slots here that I'm not using, and a pair of 120mm fans which light up blue when the computer is on. Moving on to the side panel, I do have 2 120mm fans here which also light up blue just for intake on the side of the case. Before we get into detail with the inside of the case, here is just a brief overview. I have all of my drives down here in the bottom right. I've got the CD drive and the fan controller right here, and I have my video card, my motherboard, and the radiator up at the top. Starting at the top left where I have my motherboard, I have a Gigabyte GA-Z68A D3HB3 motherboard, and on my processor, which is a Core i7-2600K at stock clock of 3.4 GHz, I have a Coolit all-in-one liquid cooling system. Next to the liquid cooler I have my 16 gigabytes of Kingston RAM, and that is at 1600 megahertz. On the back I have a 240mm exhaust fan. Onto the radiator I have 2 120mm fans that are pulling the air out of the case and through the radiator out of the case. They are mounted on top. This helps with the dust and just sort of works better, get a little bit better performance if they are mounted on top. Next I have my Asus GTX 780 Direct CU2 edition. This has 3 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory, and this is probably the newest addition to my gaming PC, and it's quite the graphics card. Probably the best part in this computer. Next I have my EVGA Supernova 1000 G2 1000 watt power supply. This is an 80 plus gold power supply. It was actually on sale when I bought it, and that's why I got a 1000 watt power supply, even though I really don't need one. But yes, that's probably, if the graphics card's not the best part in the computer, that would be probably the second best part of this computer. On to the right of the case I have all of my storage. My main drive, which is on the top here, is a Samsung 840 Pro SSD. This is 256 gigabytes, and I have my OS, my program files, and all my user files, and some games on that. Under that I have my 120 gigabyte Mushkin SSD, and that I have mostly games on. Then the next is a 32 gigabyte Patriot SSD, and that is just a 32 gigabyte. I use that for mostly running Minecraft servers, just private Minecraft servers, and saving some files. And on the bottom here I have my Western Digital Black Edition 1 terabyte hard drive for video files and some other documents and just general files. On the back, this is the final portion, we have a PS2 port, 2 powered USB 3s, a DVI, VGA, and HDMI for the motherboard, a digital audio output, 2 USB 2s, 2 more USB 3s which are again powered, and then we have an Ethernet port, which is a gigabit Ethernet, a port for a microphone, headphones or speakers, and then a line-in port. On the graphics card, there is a dual-link DVI, a regular DVI, an HDMI, and also a display port. Other than that, I just have a bunch of expansion slots here. My network card used to be there, but actually I took that out, and way back when it was pre-built, and they didn't give me that extra slot there, the cover for it. So that's just missing, but not a big deal. I do have the AC port here, and then I have little holes for external liquid cooling or anything else you really need to run into your computer. That concludes this gaming PC overview. It was fairly brief, but I did cover pretty much everything besides the wiring. And if you did find this helpful or did enjoy it, like and a favorite would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you could share this with your friends, I would greatly appreciate that as well. And if you are not already following me on Twitter, haven't liked the Facebook fan page, or are not following me on Google+, all of those links are down in the description below. And if you are new to the channel and you do enjoy gaming, tutorials, and reviews, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching.